I'm absolutely speechless, so I'm just going to show it to you. So let us say you want to imagine an elderly woman. So let's type it. So imagine an elderly woman walking up the stairs to heaven, and you can give the artificial intelligence as much detail as you want. So in this case, let us say you want it to be hyper realistic and something ethereal. You can even say things like you want dramatic lighting, and let us say as she's going up the stairs, we want a little bit of rim lighting on her. So let's simply type that and hit enter. Let's see what it does. Now the AI is thinking in the background and it's generating the image, as you can see right there. So right here at the top, as you can see, the percentage. So right now it has processed 32% and it's going forward, and the image is slowly and gradually taking shape. Take a look at this. If this is not crazy, I don't know what is. Now we have got 4 versions of this. Whatever version you like, you can choose that and upscale it. Add more details to it. Or if there's a version you like and you want to generate more versions from it, we can do that as well. But for now, you can also redo the entire text. So I'm just going to copy it, and instead of elderly woman this time, let's type in old woman. Now even if you have the same text, every time you give it the prompt, it will generate something different. So what you generate would be uniquely yours. Take a look. So let us say out of these, you're absolutely in love with the first one. So you want to upscale it, or the fourth one. You can generate different versions from them by clicking on V1, which means create versions from the first one, or V4, create versions from the fourth one. U means upscaling. So let's say I want to upscale the first one, and I also want to upscale the fourth one. Take a look at it. So this is generated. Have a look. Now you can upscale it even more by clicking on upscaling to the max, or create more variations from it by clicking this button, make variations. Take a look at this one. It's just crazy. We have barely begun to scratch the surface. Do you want to see something that's going to completely blow your mind? Take a look at this. Just take a look at the community feed. All of what you see, nothing is hand-drawn. Everything right here is generated with AI. You can also ask the AI to do graphic designing for you, and they have done that right here. You can ask the AI to do some sketches, and we're going to get to that later. You can ask it to do a painting, of course, and you can ask it to do 3D renders, high quality, extremely realistic. All of that is possible. Whatever you're seeing right now is generated with AI with just those prompts, just those words that we typed. Now for every artwork, as you can see, we have the artist's name at the bottom. Also, you get to see the prompts. So for example, let's take a look at this one. So if you click on it, of course, if you hover over it, you can see the prompt right there. If you click on it, you can see it in more detail. So they have typed strength, daughter of flaming sword, lion, Leo, and all of these details to get this image. To prove that all of it is generated and not something taken up from the internet, let us type in something that just does not exist. Painting of Taj Mahal by Van Gogh. Something that would be crazy to see. Let's say we want it to be in style of Van Gogh's famous painting, Starry Night, and we also want it to be vibrant. This is insane. It actually did take the elements from Starry Night. Now, although some of it doesn't look anything like Taj Mahal, it has got the basic sense of it. And let us say we like the second one right here. So these are the 4 quadrants, first, second, third, and fourth. So we want more variations of the second one. So we press V2. Along with that, we also want to generate an upscaled version of the second one. So let's press U2 as well. Now keep in mind, if you don't like any one of these results, you can click on this button. It will redo it. So there you go. Now you have more variations. It's still processing the upscaled version. So let's wait for that. But for now, we have these 4 variations of that. So let's say you like the first one out of it and you can generate more. Just look at the details of the brush strokes. This is some other level stuff. You can even upscale it even more. So you can click on upscale to the max. Let's open the original. And if you zoom in, take a look. You can actually see these individual brush strokes. This is just, I'm telling you, I'm sorry. I'm running out of adjectives. So let us say Leonardo da Vinci, a person of the past, what it would look like if he sketched a spaceship. So let's imagine sketch of a spaceship by Leonardo da Vinci. Oh my dear God, take a look at it. It has completely replicated Leonardo da Vinci's those technical sketches that he used to do. By the way, if you want to generate more, just click on that and it will. But looking at this, have a look. It has also mimicked the little texts he used to write. This is insane. Let's make this one larger, U3. So as you can see, these are more designs of the spacecraft. So you can try typing in spacecraft, spaceship. You can try typing in the shape if you want an oval spacecraft, if you want it futuristic, a little more futuristic, if you want wires hanging from it, whatever you want, just type in those details and the AI will do it for you. So here, my friend, is the upscaled version. Take a look. Not only it has done the sketch, but also mimicked the paper and the text and all of those extra lines for guides. Now you can keep on generating as much as you like. The truth is, I don't know what to make of this. I don't know how to feel about this. It's scary and exciting at the same time. Now, before we move forward, huge disclaimer. I'm very new to this. I've just discovered it a few days ago, and honestly, it's making me crazy. So if I make any mistake or if I miss something out, please forgive me for it and do correct me in the comments, and I hope and I trust that you will keep it positive. Let's move on. So what is Midjourney? In the simplest terms, it is a platform that generates images based on the prompts that you input. The prompts can be anything. You can design a shoe with it. You can have a face out of a mushroom. It is wild. You can do anything you want. And as you can see, these are the prompts that created this image. And of course, it uses artificial intelligence to make it all possible. But what are these prompts again, you might ask? Well, this is a very apt image to explain it. So let's say you were in a crime scene. I pray that never actually happens with you. This is just imagination. You were in the crime scene and you did see the criminal. The next day, police calls you in and they ask you how the criminal looks like so that they can draw up a sketch. Now, the information that you give to the sketch artist to describe how the face looks like, how the clothes look like, they are like prompts. Now, you can give less information, for example, the first human on planet Earth, and let AI do the thinking. It's like asking AI, how do you think the first ever human on planet Earth would look like? Or you can give detailed information like this user has given right here. Judas, stunning rendition of full body female sculpture made of fractal gems. Every little detail, like you want intricate details, you want hyperrealism, you want it to look like Octane render, very colorful, vibrant. You can read the rest. So you can give more details to get more of the elements that you want. Now the big question, how do we get started? So I'm gonna sign up fresh with you, so let's follow along. So first of all, we need to go to midjourney.com and then click on join the beta. Now if you already use Discord, you can just sign in. You know how the stuff works. Click on already have an account. But if you are new, and I'm assuming majority of you are, I was as well. I just created a Discord account for this. Let's pick a username. I'm gonna type in PixMidJourney or PixMJ, Mary Jane, Spider-Man. I don't know why I said that. Sorry. So click on I'm human, do all that stuff. All right, this seems like a lot of things going on. By the way, Discord also has a desktop app that you can use, but you can also use it on your browser. It's totally up to you as to what you want to do. So my birthday, it is January 7th, 1997. Click on done. Here you can type in your email. I just created a new email just for this. PixMidJourney. No, I don't want the desktop app, so for now, let's use it on the browser for convenience. Close it. Now you can click on getting started to see how you can get started. It has all the instructions right here. Now before you move forward, it's a good idea to just verify your email. So I have this email from Discord, so I'm just going to click on verify and verify that. It's done. Close this prompt. Now as you sign up, you do get a free trial, and as of recording this video, you do get a considerable amount of tries. I don't know the exact number. Also, just so you know, now that we are talking about it, I am in no way, shape or form paid or sponsored by Midjourney. They haven't even reached out to me. I don't know them. So I just discovered it through my friend Pratik Naik. Huge shout out to Pratik Naik. Check out his work right here. He also created an Instagram account with all of his AI creations, so check that out as well. And Midjourney, if you're watching this, how about a sponsorship? Not a bad idea. Now, as you have signed up and you have not subscribed, you're a newbie. So you cannot create images anywhere. As you can see, I cannot type in there. I cannot even type in one of the general channels. So these are like chat rooms. Like way back in the days, we had Yahoo chat rooms. So they're like that. So I've opened general too, as you can see, all of the people creating stuff right here. And you can type in whatever you want, but right now you cannot. But you can look these channels up for inspiration. You can see what people are creating, what they're typing, what prompts they're giving. And if we want to create something, we would go to the newbies channel. And here we can type whatever we want. So how do we generate images? First of all, you need to give the imagine prompt. Now this can be very busy, and that is why having a subscription will let you have your own private window. So as you can see right here, you have this Midjourney bot. You can DM the prompts directly right here to have less noise, but we're going to get to that later. For now, let's go to our newbies channel and type in imagine. That is the prompt right here. Click on the prompt and then describe what you want the AI to generate. So let's say I want to see what the AI thinks heaven and hell looks like. So I want heaven and hell. You can give as much detail as you want. So if you want to add more information to it, just add a comma. So comma, I want it to be very detailed. There we go. Now it is processing. Now, as you can see, there are a lot of other people doing that. So simultaneously, a lot of things are happening. So scroll up to your message. And how do you know it's your message? It will be highlighted in a slight tint of orange to find it out quickly. So it's generating the image. Now it's 100%. Now, as it finishes, you might wonder, where the hell did that go? So it's completely gone. Well, it's not gone. It has generated the image and it would be at the very bottom, somewhere here. So everything is in order. So if yours is generated first, some other artists' images were generated after that, so they would be in order. So this is yours. Now it gives you 4 options to choose from. If you like none of them, you can click on this button. It will redo the command for you. Now as I've clicked on, I can scroll down and take a look. My message is highlighted in orange, so it's doing that right now. Let's scroll up and go to our previous message. Now let's say out of these 4, you like the first one or the 4th one. Let's say I like the 3rd one actually. It has some details to it as well. So you can upscale it if you want to, add more details, make it larger. Click on U3 because it's the 3rd quadrant. 1, 2, 3, 4. Click on U3, it will upscale it. Now where is it, my friend? You need to scroll down to see where it is. There it is. There's one of your images and it will be right here. Have a look, it's processing. So this one is for the redo command that we had run by clicking on this button. Now in this case, these are just incredible. And I want to upscale 1 and 2. So we clicked on both of them. Now let us say you really liked the 2nd one and you want to see more variations of that, more versions of that. So you click on V2. It will generate 4 more versions of just this 2nd one. There you go, our image is done. We might have to scroll down. There it is. There you go, my friend. Let's open up the original and here you have it. You can even upscale it to the max. So let's find our image. We can click on upscale to the max and upscale it. And we had wanted 4 more versions of this one. So there it is. It is being generated. So this is the one that we had also wanted to enlarge. And you can take a look. This, my friend, is just unreal. It's done. We can scroll down and take a look. There you go. Completely unreal. And if you want to introduce more details, you can click on upscale to the max, of course. So this is another image that we had applied to upscale and it's scary. Here, my friend, is the final image. I just don't know what to say. Now, if you do want to subscribe, you can just type in /subscribe. Again, I'm not paid or sponsored. I actually have 2 accounts that I'm paying for out of my own pocket. So as soon as you type, you're going to get this message. If it's too crowded, you can also DM it. Of course, you can DM about paying them. Now with this message, you can click on open subscription page. Yep. Now there are lots of plans. You can choose whatever plan that you like. And you do get general commercial terms with the $10 one and the $30 one as well. Please read the details before doing anything that involves money. You also have some enterprise plans as well. Now with the $10 plan, you have limited 200 images per month. But with 30, it is nearly unlimited. For testing, I recommend you subscribe to $10. You can always upgrade. But if you're confident, you can also go for 30. So I have an account where I've subscribed for 30, which is my personal account. And there's a Piximperfect account just for $10 to create this video. So this is my other account. So after you have subscribed, the advantage is you can just directly DM them. So you can go to the Midjourney bot and DM whatever you want. So these were the previous one that we had created in this video. And there's no crowd, nothing going on. You have your personal space. But this doesn't mean that your images are private. Whatever you create, if somebody searches your username, whatever you have played with, everything will show up in your gallery. So if you go to Midjourney and click on sign in with Discord, let's authorize this. So if you look at the Piximperfect account, it shows everything that I've played with. You can look up the entire history of every user. So let us say I go to the community and let's say I like this particular user. So I can open his or her page and then you can look at everything that he or she has played with. Even though you were creating it in a personal space by DMing the bot, it's all visible unless you pay them more. So if you go to their subscription page and if you look at enterprise plans, you have the option private by default image generation. And you can look up their FAQ where it says, what if I don't want my images to appear in the gallery? So by default, it's open by default community. And if you want to opt out of that, of course, pay us more. Now let's talk about some advanced prompt codes. Now, of course, you can type in the basic stuff like, I have a prompt. Let's say we want Captain Jack Sparrow as Terminator, full body. We want it to be highly detailed, photorealistic, And I wanted a cinematic atmosphere. Details like 8K, it won't generate 8K. Something like Octane Render and Unreal Engine. Now, besides all of these fundamental terms, you can also determine things like the quality, aspect ratio, and so many other things. We'll get to it later. First of all, I want the quality to be higher. So after 2 dashes, we're gonna press Q, which stands for quality, and I want the quality to be 2. The default quality is 1, and if you don't type in anything, it will take Q1. If you want a higher quality, you can type in Q2, but the downside is obviously it's going to take twice the time to process it. If you want faster results just for concepts, you can type in Q0.25. It will be 4 times faster because 1 is the standard, 0.25 would be 4 times faster, 0.5 would be twice as fast, so on and so forth. So for right now, I'm just going to type in Q2. Now your images don't always have to be square like this one. You can also determine an aspect ratio. So for it, double dash, and then aspect ratio AR is the shortcut for it. 16:9, let's say something we want. Now there's one more code that we can go for right here. So in here, I'm going to type in uplight. Now what is uplight? Right here, we are creating images with a very high quality. Now, whenever we upscale, we don't want to add too much details to it. So when you add the uplight code, subsequent upscalings won't add too much details. So where do you find these codes? We're going to get to that later. Don't worry. For right now, let's play it. So as you can see, it is generating the images in 16:9 aspect ratio. The quality would be higher as well. Take a look at these results. It is just insane. Now in this one, it did mess up the face, but take a look at this. Take a look at this one as well. Even though it has messed up the face, maybe we can use a little bit of Photoshop to kind of replace it with the original one, or maybe generate a few more. And if there's a face that we like that would suit here the best, we can just replace it in Photoshop. But look at it. It is insane. Now, let's say we want to upscale the third one. And if we choose to do that, it will upscale it lightly because we had the uplight command right here. So as you can see, it says upscaling light. So this was stuck at 0%. So I clicked on U3 one more time. Now it is not the best in the world, but it is something. Maybe I need to play a little more with all of these terms, maybe try different codes. And by the way, if you like the overall look, but you want to experiment with little variations, you can always click on make variations and go from there. So where can you find all of these codes? This, my friend, is the link to the user manual. And right here, if we scroll down, first of all, you have all of these basic commands. The first one is imagine, which creates an image from text. Now, you have parameters for imagine. Here you will find the codes. Let's say you typed in the last species on planet Earth and you don't want to see any plants. So you can just type in no plants. Here you have the shortcuts for different sizes of the image. Aspect ratio, take a look at it. You can type in aspect or the shortcut AR. Then you have quality values that we were talking about. 1 is the default. You can go for 0.25 if you want faster results, and 2 if you want high quality results. 5 is experimental. So that is for you to read further. Now, how do you learn it more? How do you get the best results? Go to midjourney.com, sign in, and then go to the communities. And then you can use these for inspiration. Let us say you wanted to create a landscape. You can use this one for inspiration. Let's say you wanted to create a realistic face. You can use this one for inspiration. So let's open it. Of course, you can see the prompt right here, but that's not enough. All you need to do is to click on the 3 dots and click on copy command, not the prompt. If you click on that, only the prompt would be copied and the extra codes that were added, they won't be copied. So click on copy command. Please don't steal it. I only recommend it for inspiration. Imagine how you would feel if somebody just simply copies your command and creates the exact same thing. You don't have to do that. You can customize it your way and learn from how they're doing it. So let's go to our bot, and here, first of all, let's type in imagine and then paste it right here. So as you can see, apart from the text prompt, they haven't typed in any more code, so we can go with it. Now, what is this? This is the link to the image that it will use as a reference. Yes, you can add your own images as a reference. So right now, if you just copy this link and go to this link, it will open the image that this user, NFT Lily, used as a reference. Now, it can be a previous render or an upscale from a previous variation. It can be anything. So for example, I create a variation of this image by clicking on make variations. Have a look, it has added a link right there. This link is nothing but the link to this particular image, which it is using as a reference. So that's exactly where that comes from. So you have that link, and then you have all the prompts and the codes, everything. So you learn by getting inspired from other people's prompts. And there's a very stark difference from inspiration and simply copying. So you see what they type. Some users type in the color grading details. You don't have to copy the exact color grading detail that they typed, but it is for you to learn that you can also type in color grading details. So you type in what you want. That's how we learn. For example, let's take a look at this. I think it has more details. So we're going to click on the 3 dots and copy the command. Let's go in right here and paste it, just to learn from it. As you can see, aside from Robot Bird 8K, the artist has typed in insanely detailed and intricate. Interesting. So in any of your artworks, if you want some more details, you can try this. You can personalize it your way. They have typed in elegant. It explains the overall style that the artist is going for. You can type in messy. Maybe that's the style that you're going for. And there's a ton of codes that they used. Now, what do these codes mean? You can always look it up in the manual, linked in the description. So you can learn from it, make it your own. So robot elephant, and you want it to be like an alien. I want the aspect ratio to be 3:4, and I actually don't want to copy any of their codes. Let's type in quality 2. We don't want it to have any ornate details. Maybe we want it psychedelic. And let's play it. Take a look. This is just completely wild, and we can go from there. You can also use your own images as a reference. So if you go to Pratik's page, which is futurist.ai, I highly recommend it. By the way, look at the art that he has created. It is just incredible. So he has a complete highlight tutorial on how to do that. So if you open his highlights on prompts, it will explain how you can use your image as a reference. So let's say you want to use this one as a reference. So it has detailed steps on how you can make it possible. So you have to upload it, use that link, and then as you can see, it has generated all of these variations. You can also use different codes like Pratik has used. I think he has used IW1 for the results to be more closer to the images. By the way, where do you get these codes? Link in the description. Look at the manual. And then he has gotten closer results. You can add more prompts to your reference as well. So highly recommend referring this one. You can go as deep in it as you want, but I'm warning you, this is addictive, like really highly addictive. If you cannot see it from my eyes, I've spent the last, 10 to 16 hours just constantly doing this. Now here's a big warning. Whatever you create is public and open for all. Unless, of course, you're paying $50 a month for the private version. So if someone follows you on Midjourney, right now I have 0 followers, or they know your account, they can look up your entire history. They can look up what you have played with, what images you have tried, what variations you have created, everything. And most importantly, keep in mind, whatever you create cannot be deleted. There's no option to do it. That's just the way it is at the moment of recording this video. I know what you're thinking, and I know you're glad I told you. Besides, those words are blocked anyway. So what do you think? Will AI take over? And should artists be worried? Let's talk in the comments. Let's discuss. I'd love to chime in and connect with you. What do you think are the positives that's going to come out of this? What about the negatives? Is this what digital camera did to films, or Photoshop did to photography? Or is this a completely different beast? Let's talk. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to give us a like, and also don't forget to subscribe, and not just subscribe. Ring the bell so that you, my friend, don't miss any other future tips, tricks, tutorials, or stuff like this. I would like to take this time to thank all of these nice and amazing people for supporting Piximperfect on Patreon and helping keep Piximperfect free for everybody forever. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Till then, stay tuned and make sure that you keep creating.